Okay, so we can start. So today, first, do you all have any specific questions to ask? Anyone has got any queries or questions? Mostly nobody has. Okay, chalo. So today we'll be taking up two cases. Both are D1. So what happens is, can you hear me, all of you? You can hear? So basically, what happens is many times what happens is when a case comes to us, it is not that they are trying to test us or something, but many times I have seen that they are hiding some detail. Okay, so like many astrologers I have seen on the net, they say that oh that fellow has come to check whether I am good or not. Oh, Vaisa, I have not experienced, and I don't want to get into that. What I want to say is you are not sure whether what that person in front is telling you, first of all, is the truth. Second thing what I've observed is many times they themselves don't know whether what they're experiencing is the truth. Okay. So today two cases we are taking up where um, where we are trying to find out whether the opposite guy is holding back something. What happens is with little bit of experience, what I've seen is a lot of avenues start opening up. Okay, it comes intuitively below or whatever it is, and you need to cross check whether what you're feeling intuitively is actually seen in the chart or not, right? So these are two cases. So now this first case which I've shared, just uh, go on to that. Again, as usual, my annotations are not working. So I've written down most of the things over here. I'm going to prompt you and I want you to give me the answers. Okay. Now the first case is a little dangerous case and a very funny case. When you forget astrology, I have not come across such situations even in general life also. So one lady came to me through a known source, and she has a 8 or 9 year old daughter. She must be, I don't know what standard, 5th, 5th, 6th standard or whatever it is. Okay, and she was involved in a sex scandal with a colleague girl, two girls. Okay, so now that now anyway, I'm not getting into a detail of that. Now, first of all, this lady saying that my daughter is innocent, that other girl is the thing, typical thing. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to find out whether what she is saying is the truth or not. We cannot just put the allegation on the other girl and start analyzing. So there is a Jamakol chart also which I done, which also gave me the answer, but I'm not getting into that because that was a very complex one. From this one, I want you to tell me whether you can detect if this is the girl ka chart, that little girl ka chart, whether you can detect any issues over there. Manasi, kai?
I can't see your chart.
I've shared the chart, no? One of the things you'll have to go scrolling like that and you get to the chart. Others can see the chart which I shared.
Yes, sir.
Manus, you have to move. You are on the mobile, so you'll have to move the windows.
You come on the main screen. I am also on mobile.
So I think which is the main screen now? How to go there?
Sir, actually, what happens now? She must have scrolled up. Mansi, ma'am, you scroll down. You just scroll down the screen.
Um, I've scrolled. I can only see that as the Navagraha
So,
sketch.
Dada was pinned on your screen. You just long press on the screen and it will actually come back. You have pinned.
I'll check that. Okay, thanks, Swati. Rather continue. I'll figure it out.
You just long press and you get the options. From there, you just remove the pin.
Okay.
I'm unpinned, but I still can't see. I can see only Navagraha, but that's okay. All good, all good.
Basically,
Continue.
Basically, if you see the thing, the middle outside has a brown colored line. That is the Naumann. The middle one is basically the chart, slightly out of proportion. In the middle portion, the top thing is where the planets का details are given. उसके नीचे Rahu Mercury is basically the nakshatra में Vinshotri Dasha which is on. Rahu Dasha, Mercury Dasha. And Libra and Cancer are the Char Dasha which is on. The Gemini Char Dasha. Now you tell me. How will you go about this? Can somebody tell me?
Gnatikarak sun is in the 8th house of scandal.
Very good.
It's in the 12th house in Navams.
Very good. If you don't understand what we're saying, put your hand up and ask. Because we'll just go ahead and you will not understand. Correct, is very good. Then
Uh, I'm just looking.
but is he on right now?
12th house, because Libra Chardasa is happening, so 12th house of D9 is active.
So Libra Mahadasha is on, Chardasha is on. So 7th Lord is on. 12th house is on. Okay. Now go on. How is this affecting that Gyati Karak? You said correct. 8th house and 12th house. 8th house and 12th house is what? Gupta activities.
Yep.
But 1 minute, you are jumping, you have got it correct, but you are jumping 2-3 steps ahead. एक ध्यान में रखो, when a problem comes to you, or when you anticipate a problem, see many times what happens when that fellow is talking to you, you start getting some sort of, I don't know what they are called, maybe some vibration goal or whatever it is, and you start thinking. So the first thing that you have to do, which I told you last time, is catch the correct house and catch the correct karak. So if we are trying to find out whether this girl is doing something which is so unethical or immoral or whatever you want to call it, what is the first house that you will catch for that girl? If I have to find out whether a specific person has got something in the thought, which house will
Fifth, fifth house.
correct? Fifth house. 1 minute, Manas is logged out. Let her come back.
She is coming back. I said because you don't get disturbed.
I'll just hold for 1 minute in case she's coming back just now. Okay, she has come back. So, Manas, you can see now?
Yeah. Thanks, Swati.
Zala, Baro? Okay, so basically, like what Mahesh correctly said, first we have to see the fifth house because fifth house is the house of Soch. Now, in this case, ascendant is the R8, correct? Which is the fifth house from there? R12. R12 Lord is what? Jupiter. Where is Jupiter seated? In the 10th house. Who is Jupiter seated with? Rahu. So fifth lord of Soch is seated with Rahu, which is deceit, Labadi. Now why would these people be on? Firstly, Rahu, Mahadasha is on. Secondly, just now like Mahesh said, the sun, which is basically the Gyati Karak, which is getting connected to this thing, what is it called, R7, because the Rashi is on in the Navmanch. So Surya over there in the Dviswabhav will hit all these four. So which all is it hitting? It is hitting the 11th house, it is hitting the 5th house. What does 11th house tell you immediately? If 5th house is house of Soch, so that is what that girl is doing. Whom is she involved with? What is 11? Friend circle?
That's
Correct? So immediately you can put a 1 point over there. 5th house of Soch is seated with Rahu, which is deceit. And the Gyati Karak, which is on just now. Gyati Karak is the one which can cause 6, 8, 12. is getting connected to 5 and is getting connected to 11. 11th lord कौन है? Mercury. Is Mercury on right now? Yes, the Antardasha is on. Where is that Mercury seated? In the 7th house of interaction with people. In which Rashi is it seated? Venus, which is female. In which nakshatra is it seated? Venus, if you see Mercury, it is in Kritika. Kritika is what? Sun. Sun is what? Gyatikarak. Again it comes. So basically the 11th lord of friend circle is seated in the lord, in 12th lord Venus. Again Gupta activity, Venus female. In the Rashi of Venus, again female and 12th lord of Gupta activities. And in the nakshatra of Kritika, which is Sun, which is the Gyati Karak, which is connecting the 5th and the 11th. Does it justify that there is a very strong possibility that this girl is the one who is maybe the initiator? Correct? So this actually case came to me when I was not in town in November. I was in Sydney that time, and from there only I told her that before putting allegations on the other girl, just check, cross-check with your own daughter whether she was the one who initiated. Because dono usme involved hai wo, that can be seen very easily. I'm not getting into that now. So do you understand? Basically, the lady was holding back either out of ignorance or out of to save your own skin sort of. आदमी झूठ क्यों बोलता है? One is either he has some ulterior motive or he wants to save his skin. These are the two times. So either ways we should be aware of that. As astrologers, we should be aware of that. Is this person hiding or telling false this thing to have some ulterior motive? If it's an ulterior motive, your prognosis should be different. If it's to save the skin, your prognosis or your analysis will be a little different. बरोबर ना? Finally, anybody, 99% of the people who come to you will come with some problem only. They are not going to come and say that मेरे को बच्चा हुआ ये मिठाई देने को आया, तो ऐसा कोई केस लेके नहीं आएगा. So this is how you have to see through it. So here if you see, I have made all the notations. I have written OBS means observe. So whenever a case comes to you, verification, like in Jamakol, how we do verification. Similarly over here, you need to verify the case. Any doubts so far? Swati, want to ask?
सर मर्क्यूरी की महादशा कैसे चल रही है, ये कैसे पता किया? वही चार्ट एनालिसिस से ना?
In your Jagannath Hora, you will get the entire.
ओके, वही मुझे पूछना था कि वहां नीचे एक लिखा था मर्क्यूरी एडी राहु एमडी.
किधर लिखा है?
नीचे देखिए वो जो आपने पर्पल से लिखा हुआ है ना, द गर्ल फ्रॉम गुड फैमिली, उसके ऊपर 4 लिखे हुए हैं.
That मैंने नहीं लिखा है. That is extract from this thing, from the
सॉफ्टवेयर. ओके.
This middle ka portion other than the purple thing is all extracted. So even upar the Surya Gyati Karak which is there, that is from the software.
ओके.
So and
मैं पीके का फुल फॉर्म भूल गई हूँ. पीके क्या था?
Putra Karak 5.
पुत्र का. ओके ओके.
Manasi water.
Have you said OBS observe in 5th house and 11th house for a reason?
Basically, the purpose of today's exercise is that when a case comes to you, how do you see through that? In the sense, if that person is telling me something, is that person telling me the truth first of all? And second thing is that person hiding something from me? So what happens is, you don't need to be an astrologer for that. Normally when a person comes and starts talking to you, maybe unknown person or whatever, you get intuitively, you start feeling that okay, he is hiding something. Correct? So this is the technique which I am telling you how to see through that. Is if it is given in the chart, then it is 100% there. Okay. Sankalp?
Can we say that the Atmakarak relation is also there, 12th house?
Atmakarak is Jupiter. So
Yeah, 5th.
Jupiter. Correct, you can do that also.
So Soch is also getting affected, 5th lord.
See, I have highlighted over there, Rahu, Jupiter are again going the same this thing and sitting in the 12th house. If you see the Rahu, Jupiter, I have made it little grey. So Rahu, Jupiter basically in the D1 is seated in the 10th house.
10th house.
10th house is, it is like I've given you earlier on, it is status in society. So status in
Okay.
society doesn't mean that you are IAS or IPS only. Status in society is your entire I, me, myself in that society. How I think, how I behave, my body language, everything. That is it's a very crude way of saying status in society, but status in society. Do I walk around like like a useless fellow, or do I walk very authoritatively? All those things come into play. So 10th house is very important. It's called the base of the Kundali actually. It's the base of the Kundali. So from there, Rahu, Jupiter are there, and here again Rahu, Jupiter are there. So that is also telling a story. दूसरा चीज I have not written over here, but can you see Ketu there in the R11?
Yes.
So
Yes.
at that point, the transiting Saturn is also there.
Mm.
So the transiting Saturn is also giving a seventh aspect to this R5
Correct.
where all these things are happening. It is also in trine to the Gyati Karak Sun. Sun
Mm.
is fifth from there. So that is there. Plus, it is also in trine with this R7 where all these things are happening. So this is how you confirm that thing. Anyone else has anything else to ask or say? Okay. Uh, Anything else I have marked here? Now, even if you see the ninth lord, which is Moon, Moon is also seated here in the 12th house. Moon is also your emotional content. It has nothing to do with nine, but Moon is basically emotional content. So that Moon is also there. The Gyati Karak is also there if you see in the Navmanch. If you see the R12 for this girl, no, all those planets are quite dangerously positioned over there. Moon, emotional content. Jupiter, fifth lord of Soch. Rahu, disruptor or creator of some gadbad in the mind. Surya, Gyati Karak. Venus, seventh and 12th lord. So all this put in the 12th house is quite a dangerous combination. Okay. Should I go to the next one? There's only one more case. Now this case, I want to show you how uh, from the D1 chart, it also correlates. Same principle that that person was not telling the truth or not was hiding something, and how it also reflects in the Jamakol chart. Okay. I hope you all can see it. What I'll do is I'll make it a little bigger over here so in the recording you can see it better. I think what I'll do is, no, I can't annotate here. Okay, now this was a person who had come to me. Okay, we had taken up his case last time also, and when he was talking, I don't know whether intuitively or otherwise, whatever, I don't believe in all those illogical things. It came to me that he seems to be having or trying to get into an affair with a girl much younger than him who was working with him. Okay, but he didn't speak out so much. How do I detect whether, now this is the girl's chart, okay? This is the girl's chart and right hand side is the Jamakol chart. I was getting the vibration that he is hiding something about that girl. So now I want you to identify over here, I have given certain hints over here, identify from this girl's chart whether she is first of all capable of getting into that sort of a relationship. Secondly, what is that girl's this thing about future, about her career. So whether she's into this affair sort of thing, what is her career like? What is her status related to partnership? He wanted to make her a partner in the business. Okay, that is the thing. And fourth thing is, how is all this going to affect her marriage? She's not married now. I don't know how old she is. I have not seen her also, but she must be around 26, 27, 28, something in that range. And I'll give you the this thing also. She already has a boyfriend whom she proposes to marry, plans to marry. Manasi.
Just to get into your head and how you think, why did you try to look at her chart as opposed to his chart?
because I wanted to know her future. From his chart, last time we had discussed it. I had shown you in that last time in his chart also. That professionally he was doing some mischief. Mischief, no? You can't call it mischief, that is his thing. So from this chart now, I have given those things in purple. If possible, don't read it, but difficult not to read it. But I'll give you this thing, the Gyati Karak. And the surprising thing is, these two charts I just randomly picked up today morning. And you see that the Gyati Karak again here is Sun. And again the Cancer Libra thing is on. And Mercury Antardasha is on. If you remember last time, Mercury also Antardasha was on. And last case में Jupiter, which was the fifth lord, that is also on. And then we'll correlate that to the Jamakol chart. So can somebody tell me? Let's go step by step. What is this girl's thing about her career and partnership in business? I feel she is doing some labadi. So can you detect that over here? He asked me whether she will be good in partnership, business partnership. And intuitively I got that she is doing some labadi. That is why, Manasi, to answer your question, that is why I asked for the chart and I opened the chart. See the body language of the other person, the way he thinks, the way he talks, his background, what he has gone through, all also gives you a hint whether, see what happens if somebody is an established person something and a new freshie is coming in, he or she might try to manipulate so that he can get some benefit out of that. No? It's a typical thing, you have to be careful against that. So this chart is showing that this girl could or could not. Till then I'll eat my orange. We are talking of the career just now. Which house will you see?
10th house.
And business? 10th house overall career. Business is what?
11. I think
Seventh house.
11th.
Seventh house.
7th house. 10th from
7th house.
Business partnership 7th.
10th from the 10th is 7th house. Bro. Now, in this case, the 10th and the 7th का lord कौन है? Who's the lord of
Mercury.
Mercury, correct? Mercury is what karak in the Charadasha? See next to Mercury what is written and tell me.
Revati.
Yeah?
No, 1 second, sorry.
Amatya Karak.
Revati is the nakshatra lord, which is the Charakarak. Charakarak is Amatya Karak, AMK.
Karak, AMK.
Correct. So AMK relates to what? To 10.
210.
So it is money, career, everything. Mercury, if you remember, I told you it's a Lal Kitab principle. It is called Beherupiya. You know, chameleon, girgit, can change colors. Where is that Mercury seated in her chart? Which house, which Rashi?
4th house, 12th Rashi.
4.12 dot Jupiter. Correct? Fourth is what? Her Sukhastan. Fourth is also the 10th from the 7th, again related to career in a way. 12th is what? Some Gupta activity. Correct? And that Lord Jupiter, if you see, is seated in the 12th to itself. Again 12. It is seated with Ketu. Again some sort of a cut or whatever. What does this tell you immediately? Matlabi. काम कर दिया और काट दिया. And this you will understand little later. Now that Mercury is seated there, the 7th and 10th lord of career, who also happens to be the Amatya Karak of money, is seated in the 4th house of Sukhastan. That itself tells you that this person will do anything, good or bad, don't look at it bad way, do anything and she will benefit from the career related to money because it is in the Amatya Karak, my domain, Sukh Sans. अभी उसके साथ कौन कौन बैठे? सन बैठे. Sun is what? ज्ञाति कारक. So one danger point there. That sun चर दशा का एस्पेक्ट किसको मार रहा है? 7th and 10th house and also ascendant. So when this comes in, you realize that मैंने 2 मिनट पहले जो बोला था कि whether it is going to affect positively or negatively in that amatya karak. Amatya karak was seated in the 4th house of Sukhasthan. So I said that it need not be bad, but here there is some labadi coming in because that Surya is there. Surya, I told you earlier on, I don't know whether we had noted down or Surya also, especially in Jamakol, indicates a married man. Okay? Surya indicates a married man. Surya is seated in Purva Bhadrapad. Purva Bhadrapad is what? Jupiter. Correct? Again, that Jupiter which we spoke just now, 4.12 Lord Jupiter seated in the 12th to itself. Then it is seated with Saturn. Saturn ka sthira karak is career, we all know. It is also Gupta activities, we know. And it is from that point, it is the 12th and 11th Rashi Lord. 12th is what? Something hidden, Gupta activities. 11th is Ichha Purti. Ichha Purti ke liye, see, when you do Ichha Purti and Gupta activities, it means that person will do any Gupta activity to get the Ichha Purti done. If Ichha Purti and 2 were there or Ichha Purti and 10 were there, we will say that that person will do everything in the career or this thing, work hard, whatever to get this thing. But when 12 is involved, slight twist comes into play. Saturn, Gupta activity, career, okay, plus 12th from there, seated with Sun, which is the Gyati Karak, okay. What does this tell you about that first question, ki whether she is capable of having an affair with this guy for the sake of marriage?
No.
No?
I mean, she can have an affair, not for marriage.
No, not marriage. From this guy I am saying.
Yeah, she can.
So basically कैसा है कि if you look at it in a very subtle manner, Mercury, Behrupia, 7th and 10th, so career, make chameleon, मुझे कुछ भी, seated in the 4th house of सुखस्थान, so मेरे सुख के लिए मैं career के लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ. Seated with, who wants to join? Seated with Sun, Gyatikara. Sun, married man. So this person can do anything to get the Sukhasthan. I'm just joining the dots with a married man related to 7th and 10th, seated with Saturn, which is also her career, which is also her second lord of money. Ascendant is R9, na? So second lord is also this thing. Third lord is also Saturn, मुझे धैर्य, मुझे effort. It is also the karak of Gupta activities. So this shows that this girl is capable of going to any level for getting her career moving and her second lord also going. Barabar? So this proves a point that such and such a thing is happening. So I immediately had asked him, unmute kar. I asked him that, do you have these thoughts? So first he was taken a little back. I'm telling you how things happen. Okay. So I said, because that is linked to a lot of things. Right? He was telling his business is going down, this, whatever. So if the business partner is a matlabi person, will that person's business go up or go down? It will go down. If that partner, business partner whom you have, has got a joint interest, कि दोनों मिलके अच्छा करेंगे, which should be a compatibility thing, then it is fine. If the partner whom you get in your life is a matlabi person, he will try to suck out everything from the main guy. So when this came up, first thing I asked was, are you thinking on these lines? Now, why did I ask this question? Can somebody tell me? Now I'm going off astrology but connected to astrology. Why would I ask such a question? You have to think a little laterally and then think. This guy, last time I told you, his marriage is broken, his wife has run away with somebody else, he's in a delicate situation, his work is downhill, correct? म्हणजे क्या, he is not thinking straight. A young girl comes and approaches from this line and she's doing her job very well, this, that, tuck, 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 everything. Is there a possibility that this fellow may commit a mistake and give her more opportunities, money, position, everything, and then this fellow gets kicked out? Correct? Now he has come to me, so it is my duty to safeguard him. You understand? That is why this question. Otherwise, asking personal questions is not required. So when this thing, so first he sort of went on the back foot. He didn't say anything, but then after 5 minutes, he himself spoke up. He said, "Yeah, this is what it is. I am looking at it like this, like that, like that." What, I don't know to get all those details out. So this proves the point that this girl is capable of that, and this fellow is creating the yoke for it. Always remember, there has to be a yoke for it for something to fructify. If that yoke is not there, it will not fructify. So this situation is basically the capability of this person, this girl, and the guy who is approaching me and talking about this person has created a platform over there. Ah, bel mujhe maar. Now, how does all this affect her boyfriend and kal jaake marriage? Can somebody tell me that?
Fifth house,
Fifth house, fifth lord is what?
Mars.
So fifth, you are looking at it from what angle?
Love, relation.
Love, barabar. ठीक है. So that is seated where? As compared to fifth house, where is the fifth lord seated?
12th house.
12 to itself, so some loss ऐसा आ गया उधर.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that fifth lord also happens to be what? The 12th lord also?
12th lord. See.
And that is again in trine to it.
Yes.
So can all of you see a very strong connection between 5th Lord, Mars, and 12th house and 12th Rashi? All of you getting that? And Mars is the Karak of what? For a girl especially, marriage,
Husband.
husband. So at the first glance itself, what does it tell you about this girl's marriage?
Not in a good shape.
Will not be in a good shape.
Will not be in a good shape.
And because of what?
This,
That earlier pura to what we discussed.
Yeah.
The matlabi thing related to career, plus the married man, all that thing
A
together.
Soch.
Because of that reason, she can leave the future husband also because she was not getting that advantage.
नहीं see
Oh.
Mars जो है it is in उत्तर भाद्रपद. उत्तर भाद्रपद is what? Saturn. Yeah, Swati, maybe you're right because उत्तर भाद्रपद is Saturn. Saturn is the 12th lord. 12th lord is the lord of moksha.
So can we say that even after marriage, this girl's life would be like this? Sun being in the 8th house in D9 of scandals. Yatikara.
That is the thing. That's why I've written the D9 sun over there. I didn't make the entire D9. Correct? You're right.
She will try to have the both the relationship just because of interest parallel.
But that will spoil the marriage.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
Can you go through what Mahesh ji said? The sun, D9 and all that?
see, D9, I have not put a chart here. But I just picked up the Gyati Karak D9 and put it over there. D9 sun, see in R4. R4 Mahadasha is also on, no? Cancer Mahadasha is on. Libra Mahadasha is on. Libra is what? Natural 7th, this thing. And in this case, the 11th lord. Now, D9 sun, the Gyati Karak is seated in the 8th from the ascendant, and he is on right now. And he is in trine to R4, where all those things are happening. कळलं मानसी? Anyone else in the same confused state? See, whenever you see a planet also, no, maybe we should make a checklist, or I'll make it. I don't keep a checklist, it's there in my head, that's why. But you have to keep checking. So first thing is catch the house which you're thinking about or talking about, and check the Lord where he has gone. Now, for example, let's just take this one. We are talking of a affair. So fifth देखा, fifth कौन निकला? Mars. So फट करके something निकलना चाहिए कि if it is affair, Mars is also marriage. So maybe that affair will move into a marriage. ठीक है. But वो Mars अभी जाके किधर बैठे है? उसके खुद के 12th में जाके बैठे है. So that tells that there is some dogmag in the marriage. Now I am asking a question. इसको positive कैसे करने का? I have given you the hint last time. Marriage is seated in the 12th house. What should she do so that this? So it's preventive astrology now. This entire thing का मेरे को solution बता दो. Mars, Mercury, Sun, Saturn seated in this position vis-a-vis her boyfriend and vis-a-vis her career, and this entire thing can be made positive. The secret is change the Karak Tattva. If the fifth lord of affair, which also happens to be Mars, which is marriage, is seated in the 12th to itself, can it mean that she along with her boyfriend go abroad and get married? That is point one. So Mars, which is husband for her, Mars, which is also the 5th and the 12th lord, 5th will be affair or boyfriend, 12th will be a loss. Loss को negate करने के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं? कर सकते हैं. हाँ स्वाति.
पर उनके फॉरेन जाने के चांसेस भी तो होने चाहिए ना.
Ascendant lord कौन है? Jupiter.
Hmm.
House from the ascendant is what? Home. 12th from the 4th lord is what? Away from home. Ascendant lord Jupiter is seated in the 3rd house, which is away from home. That is a possibility that she can go abroad. Yog is there. Ketu is there. Ketu is what? A cut. So cut from the family and going away. So that yog is there. Did you all understand this?
One more question. Any of the Karkatva, is there related to shifting to another state or to the foreign name?
It is away from home. So away from home is paraya. Pardes. Pardes is what? Paraya des. Where the culture is different, that is Pardes. Pardes. 12th is Pardes. Pardes is what? Paraya des. Paraya means something which is not your regular thing. So like if I am staying in Maharashtra and tomorrow I go and settle in, let's say, Trivandrum, that also is a Paraya des for me.
Okay.
I don't know the language, I don't know the food habits, I don't know anything. I go and settle in America, that's to all be Paraya des. The culture is different, everything. Manasi.
Because of the fourth house, the dual aspect to the 10th house, some change in career might help if we activate.
Like you're taking the Rashi Karak Tattva. So Dvisabha, yeah, that is also possible. So basically, if you take all of them together, I gave you the hint of one only. The 5th lord seated in the 12th to itself. That was one. Second thing is Mercury. Mercury is first of all intellect, Mercury is planning, Mercury is finance. Now this girl is in a planning sort of a thing which requires a huge amount of intellect, and it requires some, I didn't know all big words they were using, some biotechnology and all that sort of a thing. Mercury in Lal Kitab is earth. You know, Lal Kitab mein Mercury is given earth. So earth, that geomancy, geometric, all those sort of things, geo something what they say. So that is Mercury. 12th में बैठा मैं foreign. Okay. Sun, could mean some government related things. So they are working in tandem with government, asking them to do some geo something like that. I don't understand those words. That is there. Saturn is career. Okay, all seated in the 12th Rashi. What does it mean? If she marries this guy after going abroad, or she marries and goes abroad, and works in Mercury related profession, because Mercury is 7th and 10th. So either finance or something related to earth or something related to Mercury Karak Tattva, and makes that as a career over there, all this thing which is going negative will become positive. So Surya, instead of married man, we have made it government or government related. Saturn, which was Gupta activities, we made it into career. And also 12th to the 4th, manje foreign again. Mars, which was the boyfriend, we made it into getting married to that guy going abroad. And Mercury, which is the 7th and 10th lot, which we wanted over there, we have made it into the profession ka line of profession. Now, any doubts over here, or I'll go on to the Jamakol chart? All understood so far? Now, if you see in the Jamakol chart, just concentrate on the Jamakol chart here. Okay, I've tried to make it big. होरा कौन है? बीच में देखो, Mercury. Correct? Again that 7th and 10th lord over here. वो Mercury जाके किधर बैठे है? 10th हाउस में बैठे है. उसमें मैंने ब्रैकेट में लिखा है, I don't want to put all the data. It is seated in what? उत्तर फाल्गुनी, सूर्य का नक्षत्र. Here also are you getting the connection? Now you have to, it's very subtle, now you have to catch the points, otherwise you will not get it. Mercury over here also 7th and 10th lord, D1 also 7th and 10th lord. That was seated basically in the 4th house. Here can you see snake over there in the 4th house? R12. And can you see the 7th and 10th lord Mercury seated in the nakshatra of Sun, married man? And can you see Sun, married man, seated in the 2nd house coming to Udayam? And can you see Sun, married man, seated in the 12th and the 5th house of affair and Gupta activity? Sun in Mars, nakshatra, is coming to Udayam. Udayam, we are talking about this girl. Udayam is in the nakshatra of Venus. Venus is what? The 6th and the 11th lord. 6th is some hidden agenda. Rog, Rin, Ripu. Ripu is inimical, some hidden agenda. 11th is related to Ichhapurti, which we had decoded there in the D1. Udayam and Kavipu, when they are together, there is something dicey over there. Both of them are seated in the 11th house of Venus, which is again the 6th and 11th, what I told you. So something dicey related to Ichhapurti. Venus is also Lakshmi. And that Kavipu is hitting that Sun and Mars. May Udayam is that girl herself. I don't know how to explain. That Kavipu is, she is only खुद के पैर पे कुराड़ी मारी है, related to married man and marriage. And if you see that Venus, which is the nakshatra lord, it has gone and sat in the 8th house, in the nakshatra of Mercury again. And if you remember here in the 8th house, we had got the Gyatikarak Sun. So basically what I am trying to say is, many a times I do this parallel. I cast the D1 chart, I set it up, and then on the spur of the moment I cast that. This, by the way, I cast it just now. If you see the time, it is today at 8:11. Can you believe that? This analysis I had done around a week back, or I don't know what, 5-10 days back. And just now I wanted to talk to you all on this case. Two things happened. One is that Sun from the earlier case, Gyati Karak, and this Gyati Karak also came same. The ascendant also came same. If you remember that earlier, the girl, small girl ka case we had done. And here if you see, I on the spur of the moment, so you know, this also proves a point which I have been telling in the groups also, कि it is not that एकदम घड़ी का time देख के perfect ये mark करो. If your intention is there and your thought is there, it will give you the answer. Somehow or the other, it will give you the answer. Somebody had raised the hand. Who had raised the hand? Swati, हाँ.
सर आपने जैसे कहा कि अभी कास्ट किया है, तो चूंकि ये मैरिज से रिलेटेड था, तो अरुदा क्वेरी बताता है ना, तो अरुदा 7th में है ना, तो ये मैरिज से रिलेटेड होगा, ऐसा है क्या?
Our question was first of all career. Second question was whether it's a good thing you got. The first was career. Second was whether this girl will be good as a business partner.
Hmm.
And third was the hidden agenda which he had not told about that him having that relation with that girl.
So, my actually question was related to Aruda and Saturn because Saturn was close to Aruda. So, will that signify something?
Yes. So Saturn, if you see, one is career. So the business and
Career says Saturn.
both activity.
Hmm.
And Saturn के राशि में sun बैठा है, who that married man who is coming
Hmm.
from the 5th and 12th nakshatra. You understand? See, basically now, I'm just making this big now. Now, hopefully, you'll have done your entire grasp of the basics which I've taught you all. Correct? Now, the technique of doing this is analysis should be done this my way. You can adapt it. Analysis should be done like छोटा छोटा beads. You know, वो जो माल में जो beads रहते हैं. Just catch one word and keep it there. Catch one word and keep it there. Catch one and keep it, and then lace them together like a necklace. That is the way of doing the thing. You understand? If you start to analyze it, it becomes different. Maybe in a turn or two, I'll teach you the method of what I do, that linking. You know, the entire link, it goes as an arrow. Like for example, here I have not done it here, but we can try it here. If you see the fifth lord Mars, is it has already crossed that Udayam. So fifth lord of affair is already in the 12th house of loss. That itself is saying that this girl's, that boyfriend is going to go into a loss. In the nakshatra of Ketu, cut. Going towards what? Mars. Marriage. खुद के राशि में जा रहे हो. You understand? So basic technique over here which we have to understand is catch the points, put them, arrange them in a line, and either start connecting this way or you can go any sequence and they'll all connect and give you one story. Okay? Any questions over here or we can wrap up? Ashwini, your fan is very nice. I really like the fan. पण तू असं कॅमेरा असा आहे सो वी आय वॉज अप्रिशिएटिंग. आता दिसलं. चित्रांका एसी इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी नाईस. असं सटल हिंट द्यावं लागतं. Okay, all good. So what we'll do is, as a second thing is there are lots of people who have written to me directly that they cannot keep up with it or whatever it is. So I will anyway, they don't seem to be having the courage to exit themselves, so I will exit them. Anyone of you doesn't want to continue, are free to exit. There is no compulsion, nothing this thing, because I don't want you to do anything against your wishes or just because I am saying many people come and sit because I am saying इसलिए तो ऐसा मत करो. This, frankly speaking, I am doing for your benefit. It benefits me, but it doesn't benefit me greatly. So you want to opt out, you can opt out of it. Come हो जाएगा, बाद में I'll stop the thing. Actually, I didn't want to teach for many years. Many people have been telling me, teach us a technique. But I have been avoiding. Swati also knows that. Swati and Nivedita ji from the group and all continuously take classes. But I am against teaching because it could be misused. And second thing is, when you go at a specific level, then you are playing with that person's life.
I am again telling you, please write the book also. I'm keep insisting that.
Actually, Dr. Swati, that's exactly what I had the good fortune to meet with Manishji 2 weeks back in Mumbai. I was in Mumbai. And that's exactly what I expressed my thought. With so much of knowledge for a beginner like me, honestly speaking, and where I'm sitting in a crowd of a group of people with different levels of understanding and knowledge, and him being the supreme right on top of the pyramid, and me at the bottom of the pyramid, and you all, I do not know. I'm not even, let's say, qualified enough to judge anybody here. Uh, that's something where there's a kind of, for me as an individual, honestly speaking, I love it. I like it. I would like to pursue it. But then, it becomes difficult at times for me. Not at times, most of the time. And fortunately, unfortunately, I do not know which way to look at it. Is the number of hours available in a day cannot be extended beyond 24. So it's and honestly, that's what my sincere request to Manish ji was when I met him. Why don't you sit? And most of the things, I mean, for him, since he jots down so much, he writes down so much, he has case histories of thousands and thousands. Uh, and for lesser mortals and lesser souls like us, it will be a fantastic thing to go at our own pace.
Really,
So
I'll tell you
I,
that.
I, I support you, Dr. Swati.
Actually,
Sorry.
no, no, you can call me Swati sir. I'm too much younger from, I think, amongst all of them. So no worries among that thing. But frankly, what happens ना, सर का नॉलेज इतना इमेंस है कि उनको टिप ऑफ द टंग सब कुछ याद है. और हमारा साथ मेरे साथ ऐसा है कि मैं 4 साल से कनेक्टेड हूँ. आई थिंक मोर देन आई थिंक अप्रॉक्स 4 4 years ना सर. नहीं 2022 वी हैव अटेंडेड द क्लास. पर मैं अभी भी क्योंकि मेरे बहुत सारी चीजें साथ में चलती रहती हैं तो मैं उतना टाइम नहीं दे पा रही थी जामा कोल से. एंड आई एम अगेन एंड अगेन डिपेंडेंट ऑन हिम related to each and every query of my life.
You see, I
Exactly.
I'll tell you one this thing. This okay. Basically ना the 6, 8, 12 houses जो रहते हैं ना, trick houses जिसको बोलते हैं, they don't affect. They will affect everyone, but they will not affect beyond the point to two professions. One is a medical profession, and one is an astrologer. Medical का let me not talk just now, whatever. But astrologer में the uncorrupt astrologer, the planets will safeguard because you are doing the aradhana of that on a daily basis. That is my prime reason for taking up this class. Otherwise, there is no other incentive for me to take up this class. कि the people who are genuinely interested in it, but उसके लिए तपश्चर्या करना पड़ता है. Now I can understand. See, I am on a sabbatical. I will not call myself retired, but I am on a sabbatical. So I have all the time other than my college lectures to do this. So even on a Sunday, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and by 5:15 I'm here at my table and I'm doing it. And till I fall asleep at night, 12:31 I'm here just doing astrology. Now I can't expect that from all of you or any one of you.
I am witness to that. He does do that.
Yeah. So what I can suggest to you is you see what is it called? Astrology is ruled by Rahu, and Rahu amongst all the things there are very few which are positive, and one which is positive and which is very strong is regularity, discipline. Okay. So what came to my mind long ago, which I'm sharing now, is if I say that every day you have to spend 3 hours on that, and I will say what the big deal, 24 hours में 3 hours नहीं होता है. It doesn't happen. So you do a sankalp, मुझे इरादा of this thing, कि I will do this much amount of time which you can do come what may. Let's say 15 minutes, or let's say half an hour. But come what may, you have to dedicate that time for the study and research of serious astrology without any hidden agenda or ulterior motive or any incentive. Incentive should be only thing that I should be able to help myself, my family, and anyone who comes to me for help without holding back anything. And the irada should be that I will solve each and every case. Any YouTube video you see, they'll say 60 to 70% strike rate hai, so it is fantastic. I say, why 60 to 70%? What do the bloody 30% do mar jate? No, strike rate should be 100%. No, if you're on a mission, you have to kill that enemy and come back. You cannot say मैंने उसको टांग पे मारा इधर आ गया वापस. वो वापस लंगड़ती वो आके तेरे को मार देगा. I don't believe in half this thing. Do it to finish off the enemy and come back. Okay. So coming back to the question. Shivaji, I'll answer your question one minute. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, since you have already taken this step in astrology, dedicate a specific amount of time every day. Every day is either a Sunday or a Monday, how you look at it, every day, and keep that time as per your capacity. I can spend 17 to 18 hours a day aram se. So I have dedicated that. Not that I have done any sankalp, it is just happening. You do that. And then see how that 6, 8, 12 houses, it's not that nothing will happen to you, but whatever happens to you will move on fast. It will not affect you. Second thing about a book with Pawanji was saying and Satyan was saying, I have already written a book long back. I have told you one very simple thing, that you cannot attack a situation from one angle. So what I have done is, it is not a book, it is actually a ready reckoner. I call it a ready reckoner. So when you type out anything, for example, you type out knees, gutna, it will give you the answers from Parashari, from Bhrigunandi Nadi, from Jamakol, from Lal Kitab, from Jaimini, from Navatara system, from Sarvatobhadra Chakra, from all these things, plus the Karak Tattva all come out there. You understand? It's a huge amount of input I've done, because when I did Lal Kitab, every day after the class I would spend 2 hours typing out what that fellow had said. Lal Kitab was one of the most difficult things. He used to send audio messages on WhatsApp. The entire bloody thing without seeing a chart, and when you just now say, if I start telling you everything verbally without keeping a chart in front, it's going to be difficult. Even for me it will become difficult. I'll have to draw it over there. So that entire thing after the class 2 hours, I have got a photo somewhere, I'll send you. Screen पे इधर है, इधर लाल किताब का उर्दू बुक है, उसके नीचे उसका हिंदी का that person name I forgot, उसका बुक है, बाजू में मेरा मोबाइल है. He's talking to me. I'm writing down the page number over here. Not that I can read Urdu, but then I will do that Google क्या बोलते हैं lens. I will find out over there. Oh my God! I'm not patting my own back, but it was a huge 2 years it took me. 2 years. So that Lal Kitab component came into that. When I did Bhrigunandi Nadi, that Bhrigunandi Nadi thing came in. When I did Sarvatobhadra Chakra came in. Now that book is ready, but I do not want to publish it, because I cannot give it a value. I cannot say it's worth 100 rupees or 1000 rupees or 5000 rupees. It is something. And this is basically, I use it to help people. Now how can I publish it and sell it? It will not serve the person, So that way. Now, but to come back to your question, the books, somebody else had also asked me, there are lots of books. I have got 300-400 books at least. There are certain books like J.N. Bhasin. He has written some books where he has given the basics very clearly. Karak Tattva, tuk, aspects, uska. So I'll make a list after some time and send you those books. Some of them are available in PDF. Some of them are this thing. I have a very simple principle. I download the PDF, okay, Upukat mein. If it is worth it, then I buy the book to respect it. Some of those books are all nonsense only. Like Lal Kitab, I've got 4 or 5 books, actual physical books, and they are all idiots. I'll just give you an example. I don't remember the exact this thing, but they say that if ये है, तो तुम्हारी बेटी दाढ़ी वाली बकरी होगी. And they have actually translated it, if this happens, your daughter will be a goat with a beard. It is not that. Goat with a beard is not mardani, like that, It is saying that like this happens, your daughter will be like a tomboy, mardani, jo mard sort of, ki aage jaake kuch karegi, because mountain goat climbs high. This joker has translated it word to word. If this happens, your daughter will be a goat with a beard. Arey, nonsense. Wohi mein padha, and I threw away that book. It is there just as a paperweight. I use it now. So these books are not worth buying, and they are 500 and 1000 rupee books. Waste of money. So I'll share with you those books, the names of that. And the actual good books are not very expensive. 100, 200, 300 rupees mein ho jata hai. So buy those things, read that. If you don't understand anything, then ask me. Because that sharing that book of mine is something that is one thing I'm not planning on sharing, because it might be misused. That is the only thing. And people will capitalize on that. It's another thing which I don't want. Anything else you want to ask or say? All done? So we'll call it a day now. What I plan to do now, I'll tell you. Now the basics and all of Shivaji, sorry, the question. What was the question? I didn't read it. Can you just
Yeah. When considering the Dagdarasi, we should count from Lagna chart or from Rashi chart?
Lagna chart or Rashi chart? Lagna chart is only Rashi chart.
If it is for Ekadasi Tithi, if you want to find out the Dagdarasi, we should count the Dagdarasi from Lagna chart, from ascendant, or from the R1, R2?
No, ascendant.
Ascendant. Fine.
Ascendant, nahi. Sorry. You are talking Dagda Rashi. Dagda Rashi, that specific Rashi only. So if you are talking about Ekadashi,
okay,
Ekadashi is 9th and 12th Rashi is the Dagda.
Yes. Okay.
So wherever your ascendant may be, like
Ah.
just in this case which we did, ascendant was Dagda. But if it was Ekadashi, I don't know which this girl was, the Rashi which comes up now, that Rashi is Dagda. It is irrespective of
House.
That is what you're asking, is it? You're asking which Rashis should be there or from the ascendant 9th or 12th, like that you're saying?
No, suppose for if I am considering Ekadasi, Dagda Rashi, my ascendant is same Aries. Nasha Rashi is my ascendant.
No, don't take Aries because then you'll not get it. Say your thing is Cancer, let us say.
Okay, it is Cancer. Let us say ascendant is Cancer.
Huh.
So on Dagda Rashi, the Dagda Rashis will be Gemini and Leo. Am I right?
9th and Ekadashi will be 9th and 12th.
12th means Leo will be one Dagda Rashi.
How, Leo? If Cancer is the ascendant,
Okay.
9th Rashi will be the 5th house, 6th house. Ek minute. In Ekadashi, R9 and R12 become Dagda.
Yes.
So for a Cancer ascendant, R9 becomes the 6th house.
Okay.
R12 becomes the 9th house. So 6th and 12th house become Dagda.
Okay.
But the Rashi you catch, in front of Ekadashi, if I've given you the list or I'll give you the list, Ekadashi 9, 12 are Dagda. 9th Rashi and 12th Rashi.
Not 9th house and 12th house.
It is
Then
Rashi-
will be the Sagittarius, no sir?
9th, Sagittarius, correct, Sagittarius, but Sagittarius for a Cancer fellow is what, 6th house, no?
Okay. But 9th house is the Sagittarius. For Dagda Rashi, 9th is the Sagittarius. Whether it is Cancer Lagna or
Is Meena. 9th for a Cancer thing is Meena, Pisces.
then it will be the house. It will not be the Rashi.
Right. 1 minute. First of all, forget ascendant.
Okay.
Ekadashi born person, Ekadashi Tithi,
Okay.
the 9th and 12th Rashi are Dagda.
Okay.
In this Sagittarius and Pisces is Dagda.
Okay.
Now look at that fellow's ascendant.
Okay. Okay.
Let us say he's Leo born. Let's just change it to it. That's why I said don't take Aries because then it will all be the same thing. Let us say Leo born fellow.
Okay.
Leo born fellow, Sagittarius is what? 5th house.
Yes.
And Pisces becomes what? The 8th house.
Yes.
So this fellow's 5th house and 8th house are Dagda.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you.
And Badak also you need to see. Badak is also important. So what I am saying is, from this point onward, we will be taking up cases. Like today, I was trying to decode how to see what other fellows not seen. So like that, 1 or 2 cases we'll take up, and I'll share that on the coming Sundays. And beach mein there are lots of theorems which come up, like Navtara system I'll share, or there are so many other lots of other systems are there. Those I'll share. Okay. All those who want to continue are free to continue. If they have other preoccupied things or whatever, you can opt out, no problem. Huh? Let me know. You can opt out or let me know directly, I will throw you out. स्वाति हाँ सिल्वर केस हाँ वो ये चांदी बिंदी का केस में मेरा कमीशन रहता है 5%.
मैं बोल दूंगी मैडम को.
चलो शिप्रा, हाउ आर यू फीलिंग? बेटर नो? चलो देन वील रैप अप. नेक्स्ट संडे मिलते हैं. कुछ है तो बताओ. आई विल पुट सम केसेस ऑन द ग्रुप. हाँ, बाय बाय.